Hello everyone, myself Dr. Pushpa, working as an associate professor in the Department of Information Science and Engineering. Machine learning, it was newly got introduced into the curriculum in 2015 scheme. So, the 3 years before it has got introduced. So, the first step is, before knowing to the subject, actual subject, we should understand what is machine learning and why it is got introduced into the curriculum. So, those concepts and all first we will introduce in this particular introductory class. So, in this class I will just brief out this particular topics. First thing is, what is machine learning, why it has got introduced here in a curriculum. So, what is the scope of this machine learning, and next why we require to study this machine learning, types of machine learning, next is how those types are going to be addressing in a different application. It is going to be solving different problems. So, that algorithms, different types of algorithms we are going to look at over here. And next thing is, we are going to come across why the objective of this course, and based on those objectives, based on the syllabus, we have generated the course outcome. Let us look at the course outcome in this, and at the end we are just brief out the syllabus which is present for you people. So, this is what we are going to covering it in this particular class. Now, let us look at what is machine learning. So, machine learning, when you look at this diagram, you can easily understand what is the process going on. Let us understand what is machine learning. What is it? Just machine learning wants to replace the human activity. Just like how the humans think and perform the task, in the same way the machine must perform the task. But the thing here is, the machine is going to learn by its past experience and addresses the problem, that is a new problem which come across. That new problem will be addressed by the system itself, and then it solves its problem and then gives you the proper result. That is what the machine learning. The machine which is going to learn by itself, solve the problem and provide you the result. So, when you look at this diagram is indicating, when you look at this diagram is indicating the data. So, there is a data, the huge amount of data will be collected in a system. The system, in a repository, we will be having a huge amount of data. That data will be keep on collecting, and collecting those data, the humans are going to write a program, and by using those tools they are going to develop a system. See, that is the robot which is keep on studying like learning like system. That is a system which has got developed by the human. First thing is, the model will be trained up by the humans with a large volume of data. And next thing is, if a new data or a new instance if come across, the machine itself is going to learn. It's already learned, machine itself solve the problem and gives you the solution or gives you the result. That's what here. So, here one thing we can say is, machine learning is used mainly for the prediction. That we can say, it is mainly used for the prediction and classification. Based on the historical data the system study by itself, learn by itself and gives you the result. That's what the machine learning. So, in this diagram it clearly represents the machine learning. Next, can say that it's a intelligent system that are capable of taking the decision by itself. And next point here is, when it wants to take the decision, the next thing is it requires the enormous volume of data must be required, because the data itself acts like a backbone for the machine learning. And the one thing you should understand why this subject got introduced here is because the machine learning is being a combination of computer science, mathematics and statistics. All the three must be combined together, and then we can have the capability to develop a machine learning, that is a new system can be developed. That is why this subject got introduced into our curriculum. But lots of job opportunities are being offering based on this machine learning and data analysis. So, next question mark, why we require this machine learning? See, in order to, like we are going to have a different types of data are present. Say when you want to analyze with the medical data, or if you want to analyze with the business data, or if you are want to industry. So lots of in a huge sectors, the data are being exponentially increasing, and its huge volume of data will be keep on storing in a repository. So the thing here is, we need to analyze those data so that we can like identify whether those data are required or not required, and based on those data we can use those data in different application. Like in a banking sector, they use their data for banking transaction, what they have done it, and all the transaction. If you are performing the transaction in an ATM, those things and all will be keep on storing in the repository. They will be using those data for analysis purpose. So it is been required in a banking, business, for product analysis in industries. So this is the reason, the main reason why we require here is the machine learning. So one thing is, in a machine learning where it can utilized as a search engine, machine learning algorithms are being using in a Google search engine for searching the data required by the user, and also it can act as a recommendation system. So recommendation system means, like if you are accessed interested items or a products, if you are accessed based on the historical access, when new product come across, the system automatically pops out to you. It's going to show it's a new product. Or Netflix is also one example where it is using a machine learning algorithms and it uses a recommendation system to recommend you to watch movies or shows. So the machine learning algorithm has been designed in such a way that it is utilized in a search engine, and also in the it is used as a recommendation system. Now let us look at how the machine learning works. See, this diagram it shows is going to show the flow of how the machine learning model is working. The first step is, important thing is input data. Data must be collected. It can be any, it depends on the domain they are being working, depending on the domain, the data are going to be collected. Next, analysis of data is going to be done. Why the analysis is required? Because the garbage values can also be present. So those filtering is going to be done, mining techniques are being adopted. So there is a analysis are going to be done. Based on the analysis, the grouping of data items are done, patterns are being recognized. Based on the patterns, predictions are going to be done. So these are all the steps how the machine learning model is going to work. Now let us come to the different types of machine learning. So types of machine learning, obviously there is the way they are going to work, the algorithms, based on that there is a different types of machine learning. The first which we are going to come across in this diagram, it is easily representing like there are three types of machine learning is there. One is a supervised learning, second is a unsupervised learning, third is a reinforcement learning. Now let us look at one by one how those learning machine learning system, that is different types, is going to be working. Now let us know about the supervised learning. What is this supervised learning? See, when the infant grows, that is a small baby, when it is 1 year or 2 year olders, we train up the infants in such a way that by showing things, and we try to train up them indicating their names, so that it keep on storing those data into, we are filling them into his brain, or our brain, by in pictorial manner or physically we are showing the things and we are training them indicating its name. So in the same manner, here also in a supervised learning system, where the system will be first trained, completely it will be get trained, and then in this system where we will be knowing the input and also output, expected output will be known. So in this diagram you can easily see that there is one basket. Inside the basket there is a full of fruits is present. Fruits, it can be a banana, mango, pineapple, or any other grapes, fruits. The next step is we are going to feed a input for this. Input given is a picture of a grapes. When it is grape picture is given, the system is going to analyze with that input data, analyze the input data and find out the features of the input data, and it predicts it's a grape. So when you look at this diagram, you can easily say that, when you look at this diagram, you can easily say that the supervised learning, where the model is trained with the inputs and what the previously the model is going to be trained with all the features and all the properties and whatever the model must represent, that those things and all will be trained up the model. So here in a and this model is going to perform the labeling operation. So it is a labeling, it's performing a labeling. That is, newly entered data is going to be labeled, whether it is a grapes, whether it is a mango, all these things. Those images or pictures or features will be fed into the supervised model. So that's the one thing. In a supervised classification, we will be knowing the input will be known, and also the output will be known. The only thing is the system must trained in such a way that it should predict the given input data properly. It should perform the labeling operation. So that is what the algorithm, supervised learning. Next is a unsupervised learning. In this diagram you can see here, the algorithm or a model which is going to work is not being known the input data. The input data, it just keep on collecting the input data, and then it tries to find out the pattern of the input data and then provides the output. Just taking the input, find its pattern, based on the pattern it is going to provide the output, and when it is having the pattern, like it's not going to perform any classification or labeling is not going to be done in a unsupervised learning. This diagram shows that is a two patterns are being represented, and the model is going to identify those pattern and group according to their pattern. So that is what unsupervised learning. Next one is a reinforcement learning. This is the third category of reinforcement learning. In reinforcement learning, where there will be a agent, it perform some task is going to be performed, or a action we can say. After performing its action, for that action some rewards are going to be provided. For example, for this we can consider the example of robot. So robot navigation. Robot will be moving. When the obstacle come across to the robot, what happens? It identifies there is an obstacle and tries to calculate it in its mind itself where to move, either to move to the right or to the left. So that's the process of reinforcement learning. And next part, now this is a classification. Complete picture is going to show the classification of a machine learning. The types of machine learning classification. Under this types of machine learning classification, we have got a classification and regression is algorithm which comes across supervised learning, whereas unsupervised learning is a clustering and dimensionality reduction, and next reinforcement learning. These are all under this. There are many applications are there as it is being highlighted over here. The applications of supervised learning is a fraud detection, spam email detection, next text classification or image classification. Next comes the regression. When it comes to the regression, it is being used for the risk assessment and the score prediction. And next is the unsupervised learning. Under unsupervised learning, we have got multiple applications are there. In this applications where fraud detection is a one application, and another party we can say is it is all been used in a biology, that is for clustering purpose in a biology. So these are all the many application. And when it comes to the reinforcement, once again we are going to have a robot navigation which comes under reinforcement algorithm. The next these are the another diagram which shows the application of a machine learning. Next, now let us move on to the objective of our course. So far we have come across why the machine learning is required, what is the main use of the machine learning, application of the machine learning. Now is because of all this we have got a very scope of studying this. So because of that reason this part is being introduced in our curriculum. The objective, first objective we can say here is to understand the basic theory underlying machine learning. These are all the objectives which has been derived. Why we require here is we are going to learn in the subject the basic concepts of machine learning. Next, we are third one is the third objective of our course here is machine learning algorithm which is used to solve the real world problem. So real world problem it is going to start, and obviously real world applications we are going to utilize. While using this, the fourth objective is going to identifying that the mathematical concepts are being utilized. We are performing a statistical analysis of a machine learning technique. Next we are going to come across this what the course outcome. Let us look at the course outcomes. The first course outcome, apply the fundamental concept learning algorithm and associated procedure of machine learning. Obviously, like as the syllabus is formulated, we, based on the syllabus, we have derived this course outcome. The first one is all the basic applicability of the concept learning, which we are going to study in the first module and also in the second module. The next one is apply the basic concepts of mathematics and machine learning and to understand the supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement algorithm. So this second CO is mainly, it is being generalized to apply the all the mathematical concepts to the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and second CO is mainly based on the applicability of a maths on the supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. That's about the second CO. This is course outcome. The third one is analyze the usage of neural network, Bayesian classifier and k nearest neighbor clustering algorithm. So this third CO is the analysis of those algorithms is going to be done in the third module and in the fourth module. And the last one is we should have an evaluation. So we need to evaluate the algorithms. So the result which we are going to obtain, whether which algorithm is better than the another algorithm. So those algorithm error we are going to find out. So those concepts and all will be come across in the fifth module. So based on that, we have derived the fourth course outcome, that is evaluate the statistics to infer the correctness of the written machine learning algorithm for the real world application. So for the real world application, we are going to using this particular COs. These are all the 4 COs which has been derived based on the syllabus which we have been formulated from our VTU University. The next is the textbook. So textbook which we are going to refer here is for all the modules is a Tom M. Mitchell. The worldwide, it's a good textbook for the basic learning of a machine learning. So now let us look at the first module. The first module is comprising, the overall module is comprising this module 1 is going to learn about the concept learning. So first step is you should learn what is concept learning. Under the concept learning, your people are going to study the Finders algorithm, candidate elimination algorithm, and what is the inductive bias and how the bias learner is going to identify the problems present in the candidate elimination algorithm. So those particular concept will be studied in your first module. Next, the second module. In the second module is completely based on a decision tree generation or a construction of a decision tree. The construction of decision tree is based on the mathematical calculations of entropy and gain. So those calculations are being performed over here, and then you are going to construct a tree, and then in the leaf node of the tree is going to provide you a best classification. So it's a classification algorithm, and then this algorithm decision tree, the complete decision tree construction and what are the drawbacks of this decision tree and the inductive bias of the decision tree is going to be covered up in the second module. Next, the third module. The third module is based on the biological neuron concept. See, in a biology, how the new web of neurons are being interconnected, and then it will be providing the humans to thinking power, it's going to provide the humans thinking power. So in the same manner, there is a artificial neural network is going to be created, and those artificial neural network is going to solve a problem in a classification purpose. So those things and all will be studied in a ANN, artificial neural network, where the neuron will be indicated as a perceptron. So collection of perceptron is going to form a web of artificial neural network. So those concepts and regarding the perceptron, and in this case there is a algorithm in a ANN, we are going to come across a algorithm. That algorithm is a back propagation algorithm. We are going to study the back propagation algorithm, and also this part back propagation algorithm will be implemented in the laboratory also. This come across in the third module. Next, in the fourth module, we are going to come across a Bayesian classifier, Bayesian belief network, where the Bayesian classifier is mainly depends on the mathematical model, that is the Bayes theorem, where it is going to calculate the prior probability by having the posterior probability. So those probability calculations are going to be done in this fourth module. The entire fourth module is going to cover the Bayesian classifier, Bayesian belief network, and naive Bayes classifier, EM algorithm, and MDL algorithm is going to be covered up in the fourth module. And the last module is going to be the evaluation of hypothesis. The evaluation of hypothesis are going to be done by using a statistical model. So it's a motivation estimating the hypothesis. We are going to find out the how much accurate are there the generated hypothesis, and calculations, finding out the errors in the hypothesis. So these and all will be come across in the fifth module. Along with this evaluating hypothesis, we are going to come across reinforcement learning in the last module. So this is all the flow of our syllabus, which we are going to cover it up in the entire machine learning syllabus. Now let us wind up this session, this introductory class. In the next class onwards, we will be starting up with the first module, that is concept learning. Thank you.